Here's how ridiculous a lot of people are when it comes to selfish behaviors and a mattress, where somebody sleeps. Uh, I've thought about this one a lot. People have literally thrown me off my own bed several times, or not allowed me to use my own bed several times. So when I was in New Mexico, I had to sleep on the floor, and I only got to be in my bed for 1 hour. That was in the morning right before they pulled you out of it. When you go further, I was sleeping in program beds and in these hospitals a lot. Meanwhile, my bed is empty at home. And a lot of those beds had problems with them. A lot of times they were disgusting or had problems. I even used to get itchy. But that's still a different bed. At least I got a bed. It gets worse than that. There was a time where I was living in a program and there was something actually broken with my bed. And they took everything else out of my room. And guess what? My bed at home, somebody else was in it. They invited some other guy who was a foster kid. Well, it's good. They should be helping other people out. But why not give him the extra bedroom? Why not give him some other bed? But no, they gave him the bed I sleep on. It was a F you to me. That's what it was. They were just trying to F you to me. Hey, look, we're bringing somebody else in because you're so awful. And I knew what it was. I was able to put two and two together, and it didn't hurt really that much. They used to do way worse than that. They were just trying to bring somebody else in, do them a good favor, and rub it in my face and try to act like I'm the awful one in the program. I'm doing such horrible stuff. I mean, I know that that's what they wanted. They wanted me to sound like this horrible person doing evil, horrible things. And then my dad bought the piece. Now I'll get worse with the beds. After I ended up having that bed taken from me, then they threw me out of the house. So first, I lose my bed in one of my program that's supposed to be getting me a new home, a new apartment, and then I buy my own mattress and my own bed. But I get thrown out of there, so I lose my bed, and I get thrown out because of my father. Actually, my father acts like he's asking me to come home to take care of my mother, when really the Department of Health and Human Services was only weeks away from having a problem because I cannot stay there if I'm on Social Security, and I was supposed to be doing a lot of work with them to keep my Social Security, a lot of these classes, paperwork. Instead, I was working for a work to school program, and that they you can't do that in this program. They have a whole special program for people in Social Security, and if you have a mistake like my father made, then you have to leave the program. You either have to fork it over, admit what you did, and work it out, or either your kid has to leave. But at this point, it was too late. I already spent like a year or more there, and I never forked over any Social Security. And my father, DMH, knew nothing about it. The program knew nothing about it. So there was a lot going on, as well as the program was kind of hinting to me that stuff was going on. Um, One of the staff came up and said, "Wow, your Social Security was held from you, huh? Man, you know that's going to affect your stay here. You're probably not going to be able to stay much longer unless you get that settled." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean, make it settled?" He's like, "Actually, I'm not even sure if you can fix this." And then that was kind of it. But anyways, I was one of the program staff. So I lost my bed there, and I moved back, and I pushed two beds together. I have two beds. I hope that, because my plan was ruined. My plan to try to work or do Social Security, and well, Social Security was only a 2 month plan. I mean, that was barely. I threw that together because I found out last moment. My original plan was to work real hard, get an apartment, find a roommate, and just do that. And this place was teaching me the skills. I was working a job. I wasn't feeling that good. I was shaking. People were telling me that they see a lot in me, but I was confident that like marijuana or something would fix me. That was stupid of me. But anyways, I lose that one. So then they don't tell me that they say they're selling the house that goes with my bed. So they're selling my house and my bed, and they haven't told me anywhere where I'm going. So I know what that means. They have a shitty plan and they don't want to tell me it, or they have no plan. That's not good. That when they do that, that means they have a shitty plan and they don't want to tell me. I already know. And when they don't tell you and they're trying to make excuses, that tells you that they just don't have a plan, or you're not going to like it. So whatever their damn plan was, they were trying to take that bed away again. Well, it gets worse. When I moved up to New Hampshire, actually first, it gets worse. When I went to Massachusetts, I used to sleep on the floor, even after I bought a bed and a mattress. One guy told me I could have my own room. I put a mattress in it. Guess what? He sold it when I went to get it. He literally sold my damn mattress. So again, somebody did that to me. As well as many other people, I would sleep in my own room or have some space that I paid for, and then people would walk in and try to get in my bed. I would yell at them, "Get the fuck out!" And they would say, "No, no, 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 no." He would say he paid the person. I'd say, "I paid the person for this bed." I'm like, "No, this isn't working." So then I move up to New Hampshire, and I got my own mattress. My roommate got his own mattress in his room. Finally, I have my own apartment. I'm paying for everything, by the way. My roommate's maybe paying $400 to $500 max a month, while my expenses are $1,000 to $1,400 a month. And that's not including transportation. When I made $1,800 to $2,000 a month was the most I was getting. When I was getting that, I was forking over $1,400 to $1,500 a month. But then my insurance was going to get turned off, as well as I was getting very sick. I couldn't keep up. I had an infection in my mouth. I needed surgery. And the money I was spending with this extra hours was about to lose my insurance, and that money was just going to go to get my surgery. So that didn't work out too well. So I didn't really cut my hours kind of cut themselves. After I got the surgery and I started finding new jobs, I just worked like 38 to 40 hours, getting minimum wage, and it came out to very close to $1,400. So that's what I made, $1,400 a month. My transportation cost is anywhere from $400 or more, and that gives me $1,000 to spend on the house, as well as a tax return. Taxes are pretty high. Well, I also, every year during tax season, I would fill this house with things. Also, I do got to admit, my father did send me Christmas gifts, and one of the most helpful ones he ever sent me was like a $500 TV. I was going to spend like $350 and buy it myself, but I didn't have to. He bought it, so I was allowed to send him the money I owed him. I took another check, I wrote it, and I sent it out. That was my January, tax return giving, because he lent me the money for my teeth. I'm not sure how many I sent out total. One was really big, like $2,000, and I've sent out a lot with like 300 to 600 or something like that. What I mean by a lot is a couple. And then I've also asked them many times, what is my balance? What is my balance? And I guess that's a paid back. I got close to, I think it's closer to 3,400 to 3,800 is actually what I paid, but maybe my math is wrong. I could have got to $4,853. I might have, because those tax returns, some of them I did send over the whole thing or close to it. But anyways, we'll get back to the mattresses. So we end up having an infestation of all different types of bugs. Stink bugs, ladybugs, bed bugs, all of them. And so I have to clean out the whole room. I got to buy new furniture. I got to buy new mattresses. I got to buy everything new, because when we keep the furniture, it just comes right back. You can't do that. The assholes want to come back. They want to make money off you, so they'll do that anyways. Sometimes the bug bombers will want you to keep a mattress because they know it will come right back. No, you want to get rid of mattresses. You want to super dry your clothing so it's super hot. I suggest doing 2 to 3 dries on an industrial dryer, and they'll kill anything. As well, you can do a lot more than that if you like to. And we have the bug guy come in and spray completely a bunch of times in a row. Have him, we have to leave for a couple days and then have him come back. Well, who pays for all this? Me. He kicks in 100 here or there, but no, he doesn't pay for it. The mattresses, here's where we get to the mattresses. I buy an $800 setup. I tell him, I found you a mattress for $275 if you buy it now. $300 is the retail. He told me he has it all taken care of. I said, no used mattresses. Do not go to that bug house down the street and try to bring that in here. We just got sprayed. He goes, what? Why can't I take a used mattress? There's one at the dumpster right there. I said, Dave, the one at the dumpster has bugs in it. That's why it's at the dumpster. And Does he listen? No, he tries, and I have to tell him, no, that's not coming in my house, David. It's not coming. We're not bringing. And then I take a picture of all the bugs on it, and I say, if you bring that in the house, I'm showing the landlord these pictures of the bugs, and that you just brought this back in. Then he gives up, leaves the mattress alone. Where am I going to sleep? I said, you're going to sleep on your own mattress. That's what you're going to do. And then I go inside. Now, when nighttime comes, I told him a million times, I'll lend you the money, but you have to pay me back slowly. I'll do you the help, but you got to do this. Instead of doing that, he tries to push me off my mattress. He starts trying to touch me and get into my mattress. I'm like, no, do not get in my mattress. Get off of my bed. Get off of my bed. Get off of my bed. This went on for months. I would be trying to go to sleep, and he would try to crawl in my bed, kick me off, try to touch me, get me angry. And I kept on doing this. After about, I don't know, 6 months of getting pissed, or about a year of getting pissed, and him not buying a mattress, I bought him one. And then I decided I'm leaving. I got to save money, and I need to get the hell out of here. And this was after all that crazy stuff, too. So I buy him a $300 mattress. I have my $300 mattress. And I have the frame that's like $400 that can turn into a couch, a bed, whatever. Nice, beautiful wood. It's a beautiful setup. Now we're all good on mattresses. But he starts not taking showers. He doesn't clean the sheets. So I also buy my own sheets, and I give him my recycled ones. I'm trying to teach him how to shower, trying to teach him how to clean his clothing more often, and he's doing a better job, but it's time for me to go. I've spent 9 years on this guy. That's it. 7 up here, 2 down there. That's too much. He's learned a little bit. He's a lot safer around the sexual situations, but I'm done. This is the best I can do, and now I'm telling the state everything. And before, I was telling them everything too. They just didn't care. And because they didn't care, I just kept on leaving messages, and I didn't push it. Now I am clearly pushing it. But it might not be enough. The state is ridiculous sometimes. So you can see how I'm tired of people pushing me off my mattress. And when I move to South Carolina, again, I'm not going to have a mattress. I'll be sleeping outside, most likely getting caught places. It will be awful. I could actually pass, winter still is winter down there. It might be 50 during winter instead of 0, but it's still cold enough to seriously hurt me. But I think if I get an apartment down there, that will give me 9 months where I can walk around, get transportation, go to the bus stop, go to work, do my job. Especially if I'm really trying to work on the neurological seizures, shakes. That's the main concern. That's all I really need to work on. As well as far as taking care of other people, that I'm still going to do that, but I'm not going to move anybody in. I'm not going to jump into anybody's apartment unless I'm still living outside. Then I have to take my chances. I've come very close to death, and I've got seriously injured from being outside in the cold. And I will get really injured, or I will die if I continue that behavior, being in cold. I have to be very careful to not be in cold. That's it. Then I'll stay alive. I got to be very careful to figure out what this neurological condition is, and I got to be very careful around cold. Loud noises will stop themselves. I can cover my ears and not move. That's good enough. I can deal with loud noises. I can deal with people touching me a little bit. I'm not like I'm going to punch them back or anything. I'll just get a lightning shock through my body. Not walking and not talking, we're going to fix with the medication, hopefully. As long as I don't have any infections, I should be fine. But it's time for me to move on. But look at these behaviors of all these people. Of course, that's messed up. And I didn't choose to have him do any of this. No, I chose to have a roommate, and I chose to move up here. And at the time, he didn't exhibit any of these symptoms. And the state told me that he was independent and fine. When I first moved up here, I brought him to the state. We went over a bunch of stuff, and I asked them, I said, am I okay here? He's labeled independent. He can take care of himself. Is that what it is? I asked this friend, because he was living in a closet for a business. There was literally a business down the street in Lebanon, and he was living in the closet there. And he told me, his friend said, oh, he just tells a lot of stories. He lies all the time, and he's ditzy. I said, okay, well, that's not great, but it's not like I'm going to get hurt. No, that's not the case. And I should have known better with all these freaks out there. They're crazy. My mother was probably the most damaging to me. That's why I'm able to handle these assholery. I say it like this: I have a high level for assholery. I've been dealing with all different types of things since I was 7. Crazy things. So I'm used to it. But now it's time for me to go someplace warm and just keep on doing what I'm doing right now, but by myself and meet new people down there. I mean, I'm still going to have to find charity cases, but they're going to be more disabled people without sex offenses. More just crippled people that just need regular help. That's it. I'm pretty good with them. That's just what I'm good with. Good with disabled elderly people, and I'm good with disabled children. But the children with my drug history are out of the question. But there's lots of disabled people, elderly, who love my company. I'm very good with. They want to pay me, and I refuse the money. There's no reason why I can't do more with that while I work another job. I can even get paid for doing those things if I get a car. If I get a car and we fix my neurological condition, then there's no reason why I can't get paid to do these things. But without a car, it's just not going to work. I'm not going to be able to do these caregiving things and get paid for it. I'll just have to do my Christian duty for free. That's all. And I'm doing the community a big favor. Somebody has to do this stuff. And if it's not the state, if it's not his family, if it's not his friends, then who? Me. And then I leave. I bring people up. I make sure they got a home. I make sure they got help. I make sure the state is connected with them. I make sure everybody's on the same page and the truth is out there. And then I leave and move on.